There we go, guys. Uh, let me see. Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and kick this off. We got a very special presentation with you all. I'm so excited about this product, TriGLP. If you guys are excited about TriGLP, let us know in the comments below. This product is making some serious noise all over the world. And that's one thing I love about this profession is we have a global opportunity. I've traveled the world. I've been a part of this amazing industry and profession for 20 years, and I've been all over the world. And I've been able to see lives change through opportunity. But I'm telling you right now, this is the place to be. Try GLP is the most exciting product I've ever seen in my career. And what we're seeing, I'm telling you, we're at the beginning of something incredible. Okay. And to give you an example of the power of this product, I cannot wait for you all to hear from our first guest speaker, somebody that is a world renowned, professional in this industry and another industry. He's served on doctor advisory boards, scientific advisory boards, for different companies. And he got on this product, had an amazing result, and now is quickly sharing this, and his team is taking off and exploding. But Dr. J, I know you have some slides. I'm going to let you screen record. If you could, just share the wisdom, share the excitement, why this product, why people need it, why they need to be a part of what we're doing, and all the things, my friend. I'll go ahead and let you take it over from here. And then after, we're going to have Tanya share her testimonial, and I'll be closing out tonight's Zoom.
All right. Thanks so much. Hey guys, how are you doing tonight? Would love to know where you're joining us from. Drop that in the chat. I'm joining you from a little town in Southwest Missouri. I've been in private practice now for a little over 27 years in the area of functional medicine. And so I have literally tried dozens of different versions of metabolic support, natural weight loss. Who's tried like everything that's come out and ultimately been disappointed? Anybody else besides me? Tried dozens of different things that's supposed to help improve your metabolism, help with weight loss. I've tried other peptide formulas, natural peptide formulas, and honestly, it didn't work for me. I was disappointed, always been disappointed in the natural realm and what it had to offer in this specific area of health. And so when my friend Tanya was actually sharing her testimonial tonight, when she shared this product for me or with me, honestly, I was not expecting anything, right? I wasn't expecting it to work. I wasn't expecting to like it. Now falling in love with it and what it's doing for so many people. But I reluctantly tried it, right? I'm like, okay, fine. Send me your link. I'm going to try some of it. And honestly, I tried it over. It was like into Christmas, um, over New Year's. My birthday's the following weekend. Like on my birthday's January 7th. So through this time, needless to say, I wasn't eating the best. Anybody else over the holidays not eat the best? And so, but I took my drops. I got my drops in. I'm taking my 5 drops twice a day under my tongue, like she told me to do, not expecting anything to happen. I was just hoping maybe it would keep me from gaining as much weight as I usually gain over the holidays, right? And so I took my drops. I wasn't watching my diet, honestly. And after the holidays, after my birthday, I got on the scale and I didn't want to look, right? You ever got on the scale, you didn't even want to see what it says, especially after the holidays. Got on the scale, and not only did I not gain weight, I lost 2 pounds. And so I was shocked. I got on the scale twice. I have another scale. I got on that scale, and it was still showing that I had lost some weight, and that never happens to me, especially over the holidays. So it got my attention, right? I was not expecting anything, was not expecting it to work. I did not think any natural peptide products worked. And so I was blown away. So I thought, okay, there's something here. So I started exploring. I started looking at the research. I looked at the studies, and what I saw, I was really excited about. So I started utilizing it with my family, with some friends. Right? Isn't that what we do? As a good doctor, I guinea pig other people, right? Besides myself, usually my family. And I was seeing some exciting things there. Started using it with a handful of patients. I kept getting more and more excited the more people that I got to utilize this product. And so And I just can't since I've been using it, I just cannot shut up about it. So they decided to stick me on this call. But no, the what I'm most excited about as a physician is what I'm seeing in the area, and I'm going to talk about the different pathways. I'm going to talk about how natural and pure this product is. I'm going to talk about how it can impact our health in many different areas. But what I'm most excited about as a physician is what I'm seeing in the area of insulin resistance and blood sugar disorders. Because here in America, I'm sure there's other countries on tonight. I'm excited about that. Hopefully, you're not as bad as we are here in America, but here in America, 1 in 8 has diabetes. Let that sink in, first of all. 1 in 8 is diabetic. Um, that's 12% of the population. It's expected by 2030 to be 15% of the population. By 2060 to be 1 in 6, or 18% of the population expect to be diabetic here in America. So pre-diabetes is 1 in 3. 1 in 3. So here we're on the Zoom. Look to your left, look to your right. One of y'all is pre-diabetic. Okay, that's the stats. That's expected. So that's 33%, right, of the population. It's expected to be 40% by 2030, expected to be 50% pre-diabetic, 1 in 2 by 2060. That's startling. And not only is it bad enough to be diabetic, right? But what all health issues, disease processes come along with diabetes, right? So many. Cardiovascular disease through the roof in diabetics, right? Cancer, obesity, you name it. Neurodegenerative conditions go up with blood sugar problems, right? And so if we can impact just a small percent blood sugar imbalance, it's going to change the world. And most people, again, are before they're even pre-diabetic. Now, most doctors aren't even measuring for pre-diabetes, sadly. They don't tell you you have blood sugar problems till you're diabetic. That's unfortunate because we could do something about it much sooner if we were looking for it. Um, most people are insulin resistant for years before they're pre-diabetic, and they're pre-diabetic for a while before they might cross over to become diabetic. And so insulin resistance is where this particular technology really shines. It has a lot of other benefits beside this, but this is what I'm most excited about and what I'm seeing in my own health, in my patient's health, and in just reversing and improving insulin resistance is a huge area of our health. Preventing somebody from going into pre-diabetes, or if they're pre-diabetic, preventing them from becoming diabetic. This is a tool that could be of much benefit in this area. So I wanted to kind of touch on that, what I'm most excited about, and then I am going to share a few slides here. I'm going to try to share my screen if I can. All right, everybody see my screen? Give me a thumbs up if you see my screen. Beverly Bollinger, can you see me? There you go. I can see you, so I picked on you. Okay, so when we talk about GLPs, everybody hears about GLPs. It's just all we hear about these days. And GLP is not a drug. GLP-1, for example, is not a drug. It's not a natural supplement. What it is, it's a natural peptide produced by the body that has some pretty amazing benefits. Okay, so you can see some of the benefits here, often called the appetite whisperer, the appetite controller. It definitely controls appetite. It controls that food noise. Anybody have that food noise when you're hungry? You just feel like you need to snack, and then you still feel like you need to snack even when you're not hungry, right? And your brain says, "Hey, go look what's in the cupboard. I think I need to snack." Right? That's that food noise. And GLP-1 is a powerful tool that helps control that. So when we're talking about GLP-1, as far as medications, for example, I don't know if you can see me because I've got the slides up, but this is a GLP-1 here, requires this, is a GLP-1 um, agonist. I use the term agonist. It interacts with the GLP-1 receptors in our body, right? So it's mimicking either synthetically, which is this, right? Or naturally, what we're talking about tonight, which is this. Interacts with those receptors, mimicking those GLP-1 benefits. Okay. And so appetite, regulates insulin secretion in the body, improves blood sugar levels, uh, regulates how fast the stomach empties. And what I'm excited about is that this technology that we're talking about, this new technology, the Tri-GLP, it supports rather than overrides our physiology. It supports rather than overrides our body's pathways, and that's what gets me excited about this technology. So GLP-1 is one of the three pathways that this tri-GLP supports, and the most popular one of these only interacts with this receptor, this GLP-1 receptor. But that's not all the tri-GLP, right? Tri meaning three. It also supports the GLP-2 pathway. This one is huge in the area of gut health. And so it supports the gut lining. It improves nutrient absorption. That's one thing that I hear people talk about. They're feeling better. They have better energy. There's multiple reasons for that. But one of those, I believe, is that they're absorbing their nutrients and their nutrition better with this technology. It reduces gut inflammation, also inflammation in the body. Um, a lot of people are reporting improved mood. They just feel better. And one of those reasons is, they call our gut the second brain, right? 90% of serotonin is produced in the gut. So if our gut's happier and healthier, what? We're happier and healthier too, right? And just from a personal note, one of the things I'm excited about in my with my wife who is utilizing this is that she very gluten sensitive. Anybody else on the call gluten sensitive? Now she doesn't have celiac disease, which is the extreme version, right? The autoimmune version, but very gluten sensitive. Even just a little bit of gluten, and she would swell up and look like she was 9 months pregnant. I mean, it was very immediate and very severe, and be very uncomfortable in pain for several hours before that would wear off. And so, needless to say, we didn't do gluten. In fact, she was so sensitive that she couldn't even do things that touched gluten, right? We couldn't go to a restaurant that she ate, for example, she couldn't eat a French fry that was cooked in the same oil as the restaurant's chicken strips that had batter on it, right? That had gluten. That's how sensitive she was. Um, what we just recently realized within the past couple of weeks, on accident, she had some gluten and she didn't respond to it, and she was shocked. And so on purpose, she tried a little bit more gluten and expecting to swell up, and she didn't. One of the things that GLP-2 does is it helps in repairing what they call leaky gut. Have you heard that term leaky gut before? So GLP-2 is involved with that, repairing leaky gut. It reduces a protein called zonulin. Zonulin is released in the gut from irritation of the gut lining. Zonulin increases, open up the tight junctions in the gut lining, allowing things to come through there that were never supposed to. That's where they get the term leaky gut from. And this technology has been shown to decrease this hormone called zonulin, which is a marker for leaky gut. So what I believe is this is impacting her gut health and allowing her not to be as sensitive to gluten as she once was. Now she's not really excited about, just going on all gluten again. She's very, very, careful with that. But so far, she's been able to tolerate a little bit of gluten, which she hasn't for probably 15 years. So that's one of the benefits of the three pathways, the GLP-2 is gut health. But then we also have the GIP pathway. So three pathways. They call it the metabolic optimizer. It's involved in nutrient handling and insulin signaling. I call it the traffic director, right? It decides when food comes in, where is this fuel going to go? Are we going to store this fuel away, or are we going to use this fuel for energy, right? And so it guides that fuel that's coming in away from storage and into usage for energy, enhancing the metabolism in that way. And so that's also an important pathway. So we've got all of these pathways that are covered with this tri-GLP, which is super exciting. And this is why we're seeing so many benefits from just a simple 10 drop a day dosage of our drops right here. And let me see here. I'll make sure I wanted to cover a couple other things. Triple action synergy, appetite control, the food noise we talked about, gut healing for complete digestive wellness, metabolic balance for sustained energy, um, clinical weight loss, 6 to 8% body weight reduction. Actually, it's 6 to 8% BMI reduction and a 10% weight body fat reduction. I need to update this slide. Improved blood sugar and insulin control, and A1C, improved energy, improved inflammation. I didn't go into this, but several of these pathways regulate inflammatory pathways in the body. And so a lot of people are reporting less aches and pains. Anybody experience that with the drops? Less aches and pains, less inflammation in their body. Of course, improved digestion, improved nutrient absorption. And TriGLP is different. We have 3 years of proprietary research and development. I love when a company not only comes out with a product and they put some ingredients in it. A lot of times, companies will pick some popular ingredients, throw it together in a supplement, in a liquid, in a capsule, in a powder, whatever the case is, and then sell it, right? We have clinical studies that show these things that we're talking about tonight. We have clinical studies proving that this does what it's supposed to do. This does what it says it does. We're not just making things up and throwing ingredients in a bottle and saying, here, this should help you. We have clinical studies to back that up. And most people are really excited. They don't have to poke themselves, right? We don't have any needles. Pharmaceutical grade manufacturing standards, direct to consumer accessibility, no medical gatekeepers, right? And we're talking about a quarter of the price, or maybe less, than GLP prescription medications. Again, we have the clinical studies to back all of this up. We're beyond organic. These are some of the different manufacturing standards and practices that they have. It's one of the cleanest products that I've ever seen. For it to be, for example, kosher certified, halal certified, GMP certified, non-GMO certified, you don't often see a nutritional supplement that has all of these certifications. And we're talking about 3 ingredients. Okay. We have the bioactive peptides from Norwegian salmon, right, is the star of the show. And then we have some ginger, and we have some lemon peel, organic ginger, organic lemon peel extracts. That's all. That's the ingredients. So when we talk about timing for a natural breakthrough, they estimate that 10% of Americans are currently taking a GLP right now, right this very moment. 30 to 35% are looking into GLPs. The demand for prescription has been so high that suppliers often struggle to meet the demand. So pharmacies, compounding pharmacies oftentimes can't keep up with how popular these drugs are. So we're entering a U.S. market of more than 100 million consumers seeking GLP advantages, but hesitant to pursue injectable options. The global GLP drug market size began in the US at 48 billion in 2024, 52 billion by 2025. By the end of 2034, it's expected to surpass 121 billion, growing steadily. And so comparatively, we have injections, single peptide only is the most popular on the market right now. Clinic visits required, side effects, of course, up to some studies showing up to 40% muscle loss with synthetic options. And another important thing to think of is 32% will stop the synthetic GLPs in under a year, either due to cost or side effects. 32% will stop in under a year, either due to cost or side effects. Ours, an oral delivery, liquid underneath the tongue, sublingual, the triple peptide formula, not just a GLP-1. Fat loss with muscle retention, that's important. We're not losing fat. 100% natural ingredients, sustained release, no needles, of course, or syringes. All right, these are a couple of different options to get started with. Let me see if I covered everything that I wanted to. Let's see here. If you have questions, you might drop them in the chat. If we have time, I'll circle back around. But we've got a lot of other exciting things to share. Let me look real quick. Oh, one more thing as a personal note before we get to hear Tanya's testimony. And again, on my wife, we're going to pick on her tonight. Sarah used to have extreme blood sugar roller coaster, especially hypoglycemia. And so she had to eat on time. In fact, oftentimes she would have to snack or her blood sugar would try to bottom out. Since she's been using the drops, not only does she not feel the need to eat all the time or snack to keep her blood sugar regulated, but now she has been able to fast. She can do intermittent fasting. She's even gone to as little as one meal a day with intermittent fasting. She never could have done that before. And so her blood sugar obviously has stabilized significantly, allowing her the flexibility to explore fasting, which she always was interested in but never could do before. And that's just a testimony to the power of the blood sugar regulation of this technology. So I'm going to stop my screen share. And Demetrius, do I need to pass it on to you, or do I need to share the floor with Tanya next?
Well, first of all, Dr. J, thank you, brother. Every time you talk about this, man, I feel your passion and I learn something new. And I love hearing you explain this product and this technology. And it's like, okay, brings even more validation to what we talked about. You know, every single time I hear Dan speak too, I'm like, man, this stuff is incredible. And today I had the privilege of getting on a Zoom with our co-founder Dan with another doctor, and he was like, I've waited 25 years for this product. And to hear Dr. J break it down, to hear your personal experience and the testimonials that we're seeing, dude, that gets me so excited and so fired up and so grateful to be here right now in this moment before this literally becomes a household name. People will be talking about TriGLP for many years to come because of the testimonials. So, we're going to have a testimonial right now from somebody that I have a lot of respect for. She's not just a testimonial, but she's also an amazing leader in our company whose team is on fire. She's crushing it. But I love hearing her talk about her experience of why she chose Orygn, why TriGLP, and also her experience on the product. Tanya, if you could, I'm going to turn the time over to you and feel free to share anything else that you feel inclined to share right now. But the mic is yours.
Thank you so much. So I came across these drops back in November. Laura and Ron were doing a reel and they were sharing about the drops. And I immediately reached out to her and I said, what is this? What is this that you're sharing? And she told me about it. And then immediately I jumped into Dr. Thornton's inbox and I was like, have you heard of this? Because that's just how we rolled. Like, we have been looking for a natural product for years, and we would try things and they would change and they wouldn't work. And so I ordered them, and my loved one, I had a loved one in the hospital, and I reached out to Laura and I said, Laura, can I start this tonight? And she was like, yeah, go for it. And so in the hospital, I got sick. And one of the benefits that I was looking for, just I know I needed to lose weight, but my goal was I really needed to sleep. And I woke up Sunday morning and I was 90% better from my colds. I didn't even know that this product helped with the immune system. So I was blown away and I was feeling amazing. And so I remember reaching out to Demetrius. I reached out to everybody in the upline. And I'm like, does this help with immunity? And sure enough, it did. By Sunday night, I was 100% over my colds. Um, and I felt amazing. 3 days in, I had lost 4 pounds. 5 days in, I lost 5 days in, I lost 5 pounds, or 7 days, I lost 7 pounds. Then New Year's Eve, I buttoned up a jacket that in the beginning of December I wasn't able to do it. I was bloated and then my body was full of inflammation. And I was blown away when I was able to button up my jacket. And today I'm down 13 pounds and it's been an amazing journey. The mental clarity, my gut health, like Dr. Thornton shared, I was one that struggled with a leaky gut. And this has been a life-changing product for me overall in my health. And it's been the best journey in sharing these products as a business wise. Um, what I love the best is it's easy. It's one product, and I share with my team, use the ATM system. add, tag, and message, invite them to the testimonial group that has over, I think, 6,000 followers in there right now, and follow up, use the tools, and share away. So that's been my journey. And our team is winning and it's on fire and it's exciting. So
Tanya,
thank you.
thank you. No, I appreciate you, and I just love your energy, your vibe, everything you bring to the table. I mean, you're always smiling, you're always positive, and I love that. And so, guys, that's the opportunity right there. We have an amazing product that I feel is the most in-demand product I've ever seen in this industry anywhere. You talk to people about GLP-1, you talk to people about what the benefits are, and most people that you come across are going to want some of the benefits. The weight loss is awesome, the fat loss is awesome. That might not even be our most exciting benefit or result of the product. The anti-inflammatory benefits are incredible. And every single day, I'm starting to hear more testimonials. It's different than just weight loss, right? Because that's just something, right? Um, but I've never seen a more exciting product to promote, which leads into the opportunity that represents TriGLP, that is Origin. And the cool thing is this, yeah, Origin's a 3-month-old company. However, it is under the umbrella of a 9-year-old company that has already done over $600 million in sales, that has already paid hundreds of millions of dollars in commissions. And I think we just maxed out the Zoom. Good job, guys. We maxed it out again. We're going to continue to max out Zooms as we continue to share this product. But the exciting part is this company's debt free. This company's profitable. This company owns warehouses, manufacturing facilities, its own software. So when you talk about an opportunity, it's very, very rich, meaning this company does not have a marketing or advertising budget per se, where if you go out and you buy a traditional product, usually 50% of that goes to marketing, shelf space, distribution, just to be sold at a store, right? It doesn't go to any one particular person. This company, affiliate marketing, drop shipping, network marketing, they have set aside this commission to where you can actually earn a 50% retail commission on the dollar amount for sharing this product with people. How many of you guys have ever shared a product that you love with a friend or family member? Drop a one in the comments if you've ever done that. We all do that, right? When a friend comes into town and say, hey, where's the best restaurant to eat? I always say, let's go to Texas Roadhouse, baby. Yeehaw, giddy up. That's like my favorite steakhouse. It's affordable, but it's delicious. But guess what? I don't even know how many people to Texas Roadhouse. They've never given me a dime for bringing people there. And so we do it for free a lot of times. Can you imagine if you found an organic product that changes your life, that you can actually earn a 50% commission just by sharing it with other people? That's the beauty of this opportunity. It's very, very rich, and it's by sharing product. We're not selling a business to anybody. We're not here to sell you a business. In fact, right now the business is free. The company said normally there's a $20 enrollment that you get a business, which I'll tell you, you can't beat that. Even if it's 20 bucks, that's basically free, where you can actually earn hundreds, even thousands of dollars a week just by sharing products. So the opportunity is number one, 50% retail. It's like an affiliate marketing model to where you can actually go around and make a lot of money just by offering people to feel better. Just by sharing this with people, just by making posts on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, right? Just sharing stories, just taking screenshots of our testimonial group and sharing it in your stories. We're signing people up every single day. This has been the easiest thing I've ever promoted, ever. Hands down, not even close. It's not even a sale. It's not even anything other than, hey, organic, try GLP. Would you like to try it? Oh, heck yeah, I'd like to try. Oh, look at these testimonials. So you can add people to the testimonial group. This is being recorded. You can share this recording with everybody in your phone. Say, hey, would you be willing to take a look at this? Check us out, an organic GLP that's getting great results. Would you like to take a look? Heck yeah, I'd like to take a look. And then you've got somebody like Dr. J putting his name on it, right? Putting the stamp of approval, having the testimonial, having the expertise. So you yourself, you don't even have to be a professional presenter. You can just be a professional introducer, Share a video with people. Every single person in your phone, share a video. Hey, do me a huge favor. Watch this. You'll be glad you did. You'll be happy that you saw it. And then send a link. And then people will start ordering your product. People will start wanting to share it. Every single month that they order, 50% retail. That's awesome. That adds up. And like I said, there's people earning thousands of dollars a week. We don't make any income claims here. It all comes down to how many people can you share this with? How many lives do you want to bless? Okay. Look inside your phone and ask yourself, do I like this person? Yes, I'm going to share it. Do I not like this person? Maybe I won't share it. That's share it anyway, right? Why not? Because they're in your phone. That's the first way to make money. Second way is off of building a team. You can actually create an overriding residual income, building two teams. Very simple. One person left, one person right. You're building two teams, okay? And you get a weekly override off of all the volume, all the sales that they do. They get paid, you get paid. Win-win. There's no negatives. Zero negatives, right? Because again, right now, it's free to join. The $20 enrollment fee they're waiving through all of March. So now is the time to start sharing it with people and say, hey, it's free to join. Would you like to try this product? It really is that simple, guys. Not sales, no pressure. In fact, I got people hitting me up every single day. A lot of the leaders on this Zoom, every single day, my inbox is blowing up. My phone is blowing up. I've been on Zooms all day from people in the United States, from people in different countries, from people all over the world that want to be a part of the Tri-GLP revolution. This stuff is taking off. It really is. And so another way, okay, that I'll talk about, because there's 9 different ways to get paid. There's a thing called a lifestyle bonus. And I was on a Zoom today, and there were people that have made millions and millions of dollars in this space, and they were blown away at this bonus right here, lifestyle bonus. 2 people taking this product that each get 2 people. You have $100 monthly lifestyle bonus. Most companies, the break-even point, the average people you need is about 20 to 30 people to break even to pay for your product. Here is 2 people who get 2 people $100 a month. You take it a step further. Okay, there's 4 levels of this lifestyle bonus. 3 people who get 3 people, $300 a month. That might not seem like a lot of money, guys, but how many of you guys are cashing a $300 check if it comes to you every single month? Absolutely. That pays for your cell phone. That pays for a lot of things, right? Grocery money. If you get 4 people who get 4 people, that's $500 a month in the lifestyle bonus, not including the 2-team pay, not including all your retail sales, right? You sell $1,000 in product, you get $500 a month in that. So I've never seen a simpler way to have a residual income check with a comma in it, okay? Can you imagine the lives that you can impact? Not only with the product, that's huge. I've had people call me up crying, and we're just crying together, man, like telling me how this product has changed their lives. Equally as important, I've had people call me up crying and in tears because you see in the comments, guys, people's lives are changing financially just by sharing a product. $500, $700, $1,000 a month. You will not find a simpler pay plan to help people all over the world. The exciting part is, yes, we are a global business. Meaning, do you guys understand what an extra $500 a month is doing for people in different countries? That's literally replacing a full-time job in some of these countries that we're in. One of the leaders that I was on a Zoom with, Dan, was talking about how the average income is less than $1,000 a month in his country. And to do that here, it's the simplest pay plan in the industry that the world has ever seen to get to $1,000 a month. 5 who get $700 a month, plus the retail bonus, plus you get 2 people in your first 48 hours. You actually get a global bonus. You get sales in the global pools. You get to tap into that. Those shares have ranged to the hundreds of dollars extra every single week. So, really that's the conversation. That's the comp plan. There's matching checks. There's all kinds of things. There's bonuses. There's cash bonuses, which is pretty cool. Me and Ashley got a $10,000 cash bonus the other week. In the next couple of weeks, we're looking at a $20,000 cash bonus. And I only say that, guys, because How many of you would like to be able to have an extra $20,000 to $30,000 cash bonus in the next 6 months to a year on top of everything else? That's money on the table. That's the opportunity. I know Michelle is close to those bonuses. That's going to be awesome to see. And a lot of people on this Zoom in the next year, this year, 2026, are going to be cashing out these bonuses. Just the cash bonuses are over $300,000 that you can earn. 5 years ago, I earned that when I was a part of the parent company. I don't even know, over $500,000 we earned in cash bonuses with, we had a couple positions. We're doing it again. And a lot of you guys have that opportunity too. And look, I'm not going to apologize for talking about money. I never will. Because somebody once said money isn't everything, but it ranks right up there next to oxygen. And you realize how important it is when you don't have any. And I'll tell you, if you don't have money, then you start to realize, okay, I need to breathe, right? Money is just an opportunity to do more good with it, right? If you want to be able to spend more time with your kids, if you want to be able to bless more families, if you want to be able to travel more, do more, have more, why not? It's all there for you. We have an opportunity to generate more money by helping people get healthy. I love that concept. That's a win-win. That's like, if you want to do anything in life, it's impact other people. We've got the best of any opportunity to do that. So, you guys, there's a lot of things we could talk about as far as the comp plan goes, but it all boils down to sharing the products, 50% retail, and duplicating the lifestyle bonuses, and helping people create options for their families and helping people with their health. And if you guys can get excited about that, then you came to the right place. We do these Zooms every week for your benefit. They are recorded, and I'm going to end right here because we went a little long, but you guys have an opportunity to plug into the system, share the recordings, plug into the team page, plug into the testimonial group. Every Wednesday we do trainings. If you guys want to know how to maximize this business and how to go next level, we have an amazing training for you all tomorrow, where Dr. Erin's going to talk about how she actually sponsored over 100 people personally in her first, I think it was a month's time. I'm not sure on the time frame, but very, very quickly. And that is Wednesday. That is Wednesday. I lose track of days all the time because I don't have a job. This is my job. And so I'm like, I don't even know what day it is most of the days I wake up, which is cool. Hope you guys have that opportunity in your life. It's a great feeling. But Wednesday, get on that Zoom. Get back to whoever invited you to this Zoom. Let them know you're ready to run. Let them know that you want to start being a part of the team. You at least want to be a customer. At least be a customer. I promise you'll love how you feel. And then you'll think of a lot of people you can share it with. With that, that's our opportunity. Dr. J, Tanya, thank you guys for hopping on and sharing your expertise and experience. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.